Well, a very good day to you. You're watching ITV1. Actually, this is Jason Anthony, who used to be one of the voices of ITV1. You also may have heard me as Piney from Piney and the Lonesome Pine, Otter from Modern Warfare, Creamy from the Lego Movie video game, Nex from Lego Hero Factory, Admiral Ozzel from Lego Star Wars, and many more. So join me in conversation with the one and only Amber, the fangirl, ATF.
Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. My guest today is a British voice actor who's currently located in Los Angeles. So he's made a little transatlantic jump, I think I should say.
Via technology.
Yes, we're here virtually in this little room. All four walls. No one can get us. My guest today is the voice of Piney in Piney the Lonesome Tree, Ronnie in Marmaduke. That's the new movie that's just come out, by the way. Admiral Ozzel in Lego Star Wars.
Yep, that's him.
Creamy in the Lego Movie 2 video game, replacing Richard Ayoade. And I never realized it was you. I just listened to the thing that you put on your TikTok and I was like, no, that's gotta be Richard. And then it was you, and it's just like,
oh no, it's me. Hello.
You sound like him.
I know. You know what's really interesting, when I got the audition for that, they actually gave me the actor who plays Willow. They actually gave me him as a reference. But it was actually, I didn't even know at that point it was Richard Ayoade. So I just came up with that voice, and there you go. It all happened.
An unintentional sound alike.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed. And
thank you for having me, for starters.
You're welcome. My guest is Jason. This is Jason Anthony, everybody. Hello. First of all, I'd like to start off by asking you, Jason, how are you today?
Good. Yeah, very good. It's been an exciting year. I think we're all quite relieved things are getting back to the new normal. But it definitely feels like a normal cycle of seasons. And hey, who doesn't love the summertime, especially if you're in the UK?
Yeah, hardly get it, to be fair. Rain and stuff.
Yes. But I'm based out in LA, so we have some rain.
Yeah,
but not a lot.
I presume so. At home, if you're British just like me, and well, I would say old as me, but to be fair, I don't remember. If you're a little bit older than me, 2004 previously, or 2004 backwards and not onwards, you may also know Jason as a presenter on Playhouse Disney UK. He presented the Circle Time segments as well, so that's a little bonus.
I loved that show. That was one of my, if not my first, because I never actually got into this business for voiceover. I wanted to be a presenter, and so that was kind of like my first presenting job. It was a huge honor, and it was the launch of Playhouse Disney. There wasn't a Playhouse Disney before that, and we were copying the format from the US. So I found out there was a Jason version of me in the US, and then in Germany and France and Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was the UK storyteller. But that was a lovely period in my life, because I think it really set a foundation for me with this kind of connection and synergy with kids, and hopefully having a positive kind of effect on kids. And Playhouse Disney definitely kind of helped that, because it was always lovely to meet the kids too, and the mum and dads. The kids were kind of dragged along, but the mum and dads, of course, they're like, oh my gosh, it's Jason from Circle Time. And it was just it was a lovely time to do that. And of course we had little Alex and Big Dave
Benson Phillips, who's everywhere at the time.
Yes, he was. And here's a little bit of trivia. I met my best friend Phil Gallagher on Playhouse Disney. He was my writer, and then he became the Playhouse Disney postman. Now you may know him as
Mr. Maker.
Yep.
The man himself.
Yeah.
He's currently giving
So
shows
how
at
about
Butlins.
that?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's right. He's just finished. I think he's just finished a couple of weeks at Butlins, and
yeah. With
he
Rebecca
tours
Keatley.
everywhere. He's so
Yeah,
busy, that guy.
yeah.
Yeah. So isn't that a kind of strange little turn of
It's
events?
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm not old enough, as I said before, to have grown up with that sort of era of
Yeah.
Playhouse
Yeah.
Disney. I was born in 2004, so by the time I came around to start watching it, they'd gotten rid of all the live action parts, and they
Yeah. They
just had
have.
no continuity at all.
And that was interesting, Amber, because one of the reasons they wanted to do that is have presenters and people there. What was because kids, react better to a real person. And now I think as you say, they got rid of that, and it's just shows and
It's just voiceover.
cartoons, and yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of uh, change in theory. I don't know. I still think kids react better to face stuff, but hey, I'm not in charge of Playhouse Disney, so there.
Yeah. Wasn't it filmed in Chiswick, or were the auditions filmed in Chiswick? Because I heard that from
They
someone.
were, yes. Now they used to have. So I went for my audition in 98, 98, and they had
Wow.
they had a tiny little studio in Chiswick, tiny. Or was it Chiswick? No, it was St John's Wood. They had a tiny little studio in St John's Wood. They
Where
moved
is
to
that?
Chiswick. Yeah, St John's Wood.
Oh, it's in Westminster.
Yeah,
Ah, I know that.
and
Yeah.
they had a tiny little studio there, and then they opened up the big studio in Chiswick. But we actually filmed Playhouse Disney at the Leavesden Film Studio, which is now the Harry Potter Experience and Warner Brothers Studios
In Watford.
in Watford.
Wow.
So this is sort of interesting trivia, but George Lucas had just finished filming The Phantom Menace at these studios, and they were disused Rolls-Royce manufacturing warehouses. George Lucas came in because he needed some studio space, turned them into sound stages, very rough and ready. We came in right off the back of him and built our giant Playhouse Disney set at the Leavesden Film Studios. And out the back was all the pod races and stuff from Star Wars. They'd just kind of left a lot of the sets and everything out the back. I mean, it was real kind of a bit sort of, rough and ready, as I say, but there was some magic about it. And so we went in and filmed our Playhouse Disneys at Leavesden.
Well,
So
and it's such a coincidence because you've worked on some Star Wars stuff, and I saw you drinking from a Warner Brothers mug just then.
yes. Yeah, I know, exactly. It's that sort of morphic field, isn't it, I guess? What you think about and create sort of comes full circle. Yeah, there's all sorts of coincidences with that job.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now. It's still a studio. It's just called
Yes.
Warner Brothers Studios Leavesden. Harry Potter and the
Yeah.
Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 were filmed there.
Yes.
An 80 Has Studio HA Studio Complex in Leavesden in Watford, formerly known as Leavesden Film Studios, and
Okay.
still I can't pronounce that word ever.
That sounds like Latin.
It does. It's COLLOQUIALLY. No clue how you say that. I'll have to have a look.
Let's curb that one.
Yeah, it's a film and media complex owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Colloquially, I think.
Colloquially. Yep, colloquially. Yeah, so they bought it, I guess, and then they turned it into the fancy Warner Brothers studios.
Yeah, I don't know if that studios is just predominantly the Harry Potter tour, or if it's got other things as well.
No,
I've never been.
It's a fully working studio. Yeah, sound
Oh,
stages, everything. Yeah, backlot. Yeah, and then of course they've got the Harry Potter experience in two of the sound stages, but they're dedicated to the actual the museum or show or whatever.
I see.
And coincidentally, we live now a stone's throw away from the Warner Brothers studios in Los Angeles.
Wow, that's so cool. I'm having a look. Wow, they got some big films there at the one in Leavesden. They've
Yes.
filmed their Detective Pikachu, Spider-Man Far From Home,
Yep.
the Tom and Jerry film, Last Night in Soho, the
Yeah.
Batman, the Flash, the new Barbie film, and the new Wonka movie. Wow,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
busy
Just
there.
shows you. I know the UK is incredibly busy. It has been ever since their tax incentives and stuff. They give you quite a big tax return on your production, so it encouraged a lot of people to make movies there, which is fantastic for the UK. I used to have an office at Pinewood Studios
Ooh.
in Ivor, the original Pinewood Studios, which is a beautiful studios, and they're just constantly expanding. So they've now doubled the size of the studios in Ivor.
Didn't they film the original Star Wars there?
They filmed the original Star Wars
Pretty,
at
or
uh oh gosh, where
was it Elstree?
Elstree. There you
Or was
go.
it Elstree? Oh wow, I also thought it
Elstree.
was Pinewood. I know they filmed the Carry On films at
Yes, I
Pinewood
know.
Studios. Yeah.
No, Elstree Studios. And that's a tiny, I don't know if you've ever been, but it was a tiny studio lot. I think they only had like 3 or 4 sound stages.
Yeah,
Um,
I have been invited there for someone, my friend's book launch, but I couldn't make it. But yeah, I have seen pictures from there. It's quite big. They have filmed a lot of shows. Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm having a
yeah,
look then.
you drive by it and not know it. But they also did the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark there. Um,
Wow.
yeah, they do a lot of stuff. And then tragically, they
Yeah.
knocked down some of the sound stages and built a Tesco's.
Oh.
Yes, and now they've sort of gone back and built another sound stage. So it's a kind of a strange history they've had there. But yeah, the original Star Wars back in '76 was filmed in Elstree. And then I was at Pinewood in 2014 when
Mhm.
they were filming the start of the new Star Wars trilogy.
Wow. So
Yeah, so I
cool.
saw X-wings being forklift around and stormtroopers with rain jackets on and eating spaghetti for lunch, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I remember. I think Adrian Edmondson was a stormtrooper in one of the recent Star Wars
Yeah,
films.
Adrian Edmondson. Again, we have a weird connection, me and Adrian.
Oh, really?
So yes,
Oh, wow.
um, I took over as the voice of the pepperami sausage from Adrian Edmondson. Yeah, I am
Wow.
fearless. So Pepperami approached me a couple of years ago, and they needed a voice actor to do all 3 sausages. So the beef,
Oh.
the voice for the beef, which is "I am power," that guy, and then there was a chicken one. So they wanted kind of just a little kind of footballer kind of voice for that,
Uh-huh.
and then they wanted the original Adrian Edmondson voice. So I've been that voice for a couple of years now. So again, these little small world. That's all I say. Small world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Before I move on to my next question about Warner Brothers in, is it Burbank it's in?
it is Burbank. Yeah.
Burbank, yeah. Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna quickly touch down and have a quick look because I'm like that. Children's shows filmed at Elstree Studios because I remember as a kid seeing in the credits it would say filmed at Elstree Studios or
Mm,
or Shepperton or Pinewood or anything like that. Let's have a look what
yeah.
was filmed there.
Oh
Whizbit,
yeah.
Bodger and Badger, Fun Song Factory was filmed there.
Fun Song
Wow.
Factory. Wow.
Tweenies, oh man. That
Tweenies.
that I see it all over TikTok now. Just
Wow.
tweenies clips, people just
Yes.
making like jokes and stuff. The Hoobs. Oh my wow.
Wow.
Oh my doodle do. The Slammer, Jim Jam and Sonny. Bunny Town was filmed there. Jack and Nori Jr. Giggle Things.
Wow.
Little Howard's Big Question. Friday Download. Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it? I know all these
And Bunny Town was
things.
on Playhouse Disney, so I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's fascinating. When at the Warner Brothers here, on each of the sound stages, because that it was built in 1923. The Warner Brothers came together. They literally were brothers at the time. Um, Jack Warner kind of took the reins, but they were literally 3 brothers. Um, and on each sound stage, there's a beautiful plaque, and it tells you all the films that were filmed there over 70, 80 years. It's really fascinating. So you go into one, you think, wow, Casablanca with Humphrey Bogart was filmed on here. And of course, they've got the Friends soundstage, which is soundstage number 24 is Friends, which then became the Big Bang Theory soundstage as well, I think. So yeah, it's a fascinating history, and I'm glad studios embrace that and like to kind of hold on to that and honor it in some way, because it is cinematic history. It's incredible to be walking around those same sound stages and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't had the experience of being like at a big film studio like Warner Brothers, whether it be in America or the UK. Even I do want to go to the one in America because of the big water tower where the Animaniacs live.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, absolutely.
I suppose the only thing I can really say is I did perform at the Crew Lyceum a few months back, and then I found out that the Chuckle Brothers had actually used the same dressing room as me and had performed on the same
Oh,
stage. So I suppose that's my
that's
claim to
great.
fame.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, Warner Brothers in Burbank. Have you recorded any shows there? Have you
I
done?
was there most of last week.
Really?
Yes, I'm working on a Warner Brothers, a very big Warner Brothers production, which I can't talk about at the moment.
NDAs.
Yes, the old NDAs, but it's very exciting.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think I can't say anything, but I'm sure some people could put two and two together. But it's yes, it's rather a big project. It's yes.
Is it a film or
Crazy.
a TV show, if you don't mind me asking?
That might give it away. That
Hmm.
might give it away
I have
if I
one thing.
say, hmm,
Both it's a film or a TV show. I
hmm,
have a show in mind, but it might not be that show.
hmm.
And obviously, you can't say if it's animated or live
It's
action.
it's not a TV show. I can rule that one out.
Okay. So it's a video game or a film or a theme park attraction.
All of the above. I've
Probably.
done some I've done some motion capture for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it is then, because I mean, no, really, like the only time that has been used is video games, I suppose, and I hardly know any video games apart from like GTA and Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm so happy for you, Jason. That sounds so
Well, I'll
exciting.
let you know. We should definitely have a chat when I can. It is coming out this Christmas.
Ooh.
So I'll be able to chat about it. There may be time beforehand. It all depends. Generally, with these things, we have to keep stum really until it's launched.
Yeah, I completely understand
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
but it's very exciting. So yeah, I did. Funny enough, we talked about Creamy. He was recorded at Warner Brothers. Um, my Star Trek, when I was the voice of the stealth ship, that was filmed. Even though that's CBS, they still hire out the sound stages at Warner Brothers. So that was filmed there too. Remnant, Rise of from the Ashes, that was we recorded that there. There's a lot that's recorded there. It feels like my backyard, Warner Brothers. I've just been there quite a lot, and it's got a fantastic backlot, New York scene backlot, and it's got this one little neighborhood. It's like a town square. And honestly, if you just drop somebody in the middle of it, you'd think you were in middle America somewhere, in this cute little town square with a church and a fire station, houses, complete houses that you can walk in, all all decorated, everything, kitchens. Yeah, it's pretty surreal.
I was going to ask you, is it a fictional town or is it, can you actually live in it?
I suppose it's got amenities. It's got water and electric.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're very clever because whatever they build there, they try and multi-purpose it as a set. So often, a lot of the back of the sound stages, they're actual sets. Now, you won't be able to walk in them, but they've got steps and windows and bricks and trees and things growing around them. And the same with offices. They try and make the offices look like a motel or something that they can then just set dress and film. So they
yeah.
try and utilize as much of the studio space as possible for filming.
I
Yeah.
see. That sounds really cool. Hey, Jason, I'd like to
Yes.
ask you, two things.
Yes.
What inspired you to become a voice actor? What made you? And I don't know if you still do presenting now, but what kind of made you like kind of change the direction of like acting, like
Yeah.
representative voice actor? What made you change to that?
I think it was when I went to ITV2 when they first launched. I was part of their on camera continuity team. So we'd come on in between. It was very big in the early noughties, I suppose. It was very big to have people introducing programs and the Playhouse Disney thing as well. And I did that for about a year and a half on camera. And then they decided to go to voiceover. So they said, would you like to stay on as a voice continuity person? So I said, yeah, okay, great. And they were all done, mostly they were done live. So it was kind of like a baptism by fire then to go from camera to microphone. And we didn't have a director or a producer or a writer. We would write all our own intros. You know, you're watching ITV2 in half an hour. It's our Coronation Street omnibus. Right now, though, it's Jerry Springer. You know, that sort of thing. And we'd do those live, and we had a little foot pedal, and we'd press that, and the mic would live, and we'd have a technician next door cue us in. And so I got a taste then of voiceover. And it wasn't really until I came to LA in 2005, and I got an agent out here, and they started putting me up for animation and video game work. And I guess I just really enjoyed the process. It's a very insular career in a lot of ways. We even in games and even in some animation, you very rarely record as an ensemble group because it's audio. The creators want all the audio nice and clean so that nobody's talking over each other. Or you imagine you've got a room full of 8 people, you could get a lot of background noise, and it's just a lot harder to record. So I just really liked that process of just being in a little room with a microphone and your imagination and a director in your ear and the words on the screen, and off you go. And you can, I mean, what other career can you play a talking Christmas tree, and then an SAS, a trooper, an SAS soldier in Call of Duty, and then I've played a droplet of water for a commercial. I've played a Lego ice cream. Do you know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, there's no limits, there's no boundaries to what characters, monsters, creatures, droids, you know. So I think that's really then I was like, wow, I really love this. And I'd always do the hosting and presenting. If ever I get an opportunity to do that, I do.
Mhm.
And, I did stand up comedy for 10 years,
Oh,
nearly 15 years out here, and in the UK. So, I've still got my stage legs, if you like. Um, but yeah, this is my go-to is the microphone.
a little home inside your home, that little sound
Yeah,
booth.
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, bless. The other question I was going to ask, I think you've pretty much answered it for me. What inspires you to move to Los Angeles? Like, how come, like, I'm not saying, like, how come you didn't do voiceover in England, but, like,
Yeah.
what made you want to move to America to, like, more pursue things in America then? I know you can obviously do it remotely now. And so that means you could do, like, British projects and American projects. But
Yes,
what kind
very
of
different
inspired
now.
that move?
Yeah, I think a couple of friends of mine were very significant influences for me to go to America, because one of them was a singer-songwriter, and she was often going to LA to write, and she would say to me, "My gosh, I think you'd love it in LA. Such a collaborative, creative environment. There'd be so many opportunities for you there. You should go and check it out." And then another friend of mine said, "Hey, but just by chance, there's this acting class that's taking place." This was back in 2004. There was a 8-week acting class in LA. And I said, "Oh, well, okay, maybe I'll do that. That's a reason to go out there. I'll have something to do, and I'll get to meet people." So I went out and did an acting class. for 8 weeks, and I really did love it. I loved the people, I loved the energy, and of course, it is still the center, the hub of entertainment. And so yeah, so that was my. It was an easy push to get me to go to LA, but of course, after that, then the hard work really came in because visas, moving country, all
And
that sort of
joining the
stuff.
union and stuff.
Joining
SAG
SAG-AFTRA, and
after.
yeah, it's a lot. And I mean, if you take it as a whole thing, it's too overwhelming. So, if anyone is thinking of it, always just come out, get a feel for it for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. Do as much research as possible from home. Check out all the visa status. I mean, that was a huge hurdle to get an O1 visa originally. I'm now an American citizen, so that's kind of shows you the progression. But getting that first visa was a lot of paperwork.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it's well worth it, and I'm glad I just did it in stages rather than try and think
Just
of it
jump in the
as.
deep end straight away.
Yeah, sometimes, and just take it. Hey, see how this goes. Okay, what do I need to do now? Okay, I'll do that. Okay, what do I need to do now? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And I've been planning a trip out to Los Angeles for I'd say since like 2019-ish, but obviously I haven't had the cash or anything, so I'm slowly saving up because I have a few. Well, when I say a few, I mean a lot of voiceover friends who live in America.
Yeah,
So I've been wanting to visit them, and like
great,
some of them have said they've taken recording sessions and stuff. Bless them. So yeah,
nice.
just go there and also like see like the landmarks and stuff. Maybe make a trip to Malibu, go to the beach, or go to San Diego Comic
Go to
Con or something along
Malibu.
those lines.
Yes.
Yeah. Jason, are you good friends with any American voice actors, like any of the big ones, like this name's come off the top of my head, like Tara Strong or Frank Welker or Rob Paulson? Have you ever even met any?
I've met Tom Kenny and worked with Tom.
Oh.
SpongeBob. He was a stand-up comedian as well, so we
Yeah.
got on famously. We were actually in this show. I don't know why that box is there, but we were in Lego Hero Factory.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So yes, I've met Tom. There's another very big voice actor, David Sobolov.
Oh, I love David. He's great. I'm interviewing
Yeah.
him for my channel.
Oh yeah, if you're a Transformers fan or Grodd,
Shockwave. Prime Shockwave.
Shockwave, yep. So we're very good friends.
Nice.
I've got to know a few people on TikTok as well. Daniel Ross, sorry.
Oh, I love Daniel. He's great.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I
Donald
noticed
Duck.
like on Facebook, like you knew him. I was like, oh yeah, you know Jason Anthony, and I just proceeded to give him the lowdown on how you were a play as Disney presenter. I'm like, oh yeah,
Right.
I think I remember watching him, and then such and such. Now he's out there with you guys. I'm like, what? That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting. The sort of you can sometimes work like Fred Tatasciore. We've done a lot of projects together, but I've only met him once. I actually met him when we were recording Marmaduke. He actually plays my character's dog. So I play Ronnie, and Fred Tatasciore is Vinny. So
Oh.
that's a rare occasion we got to meet, because normally that scenario is, well, we've worked together, but we haven't met. I got to meet Mark Hamill, which was
You
awesome.
lucky duck.
Yeah,
he's the best animated Joker. I tell you that now.
Unbelievable.
Pride.
He's incredible.
When
range.
When did you meet him? What were you working on with him, or were you not?
Well, we were both in Hero Factory again. Yes, and we had the same agent. So I met him one day when we were both in the office, and just by chance, Mark Hamill was there. So, yeah, super nice guy, and just so talented. And outside of the whole Star Wars thing, he's had this whole other incredible career.
Yeah, the voiceover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you grow up watching Batman the animated series? Because he was the Joker.
I didn't know.
Did it air over here? I don't even know what channel it aired on over here. I think it was.
I'm sure it did. Maybe not originally, but I mean,
Probably reruns or something.
Escape it now, yeah.
I'll have to
Yeah.
look it up later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you met like Frank Welker or Rob Paulson, may I ask?
No, I haven't met those guys yet. No. No, and I'm just thinking if it's because sometimes I even look back on my work and think, oh my gosh, go to IMDb and I think, oh gosh, Frank Welker was in that or whatever. And you're like, I didn't know that. That's kind of like the nature of our business. We can, especially voiceover, we can work on a project, record our stuff, it comes out, and then it months or even years later, you're like, oh my gosh, I do have a connection with that person because we both worked on this. But because,
Yeah.
as I said, you tend to go in and do your lines individually, you may cross over. I worked with Alfred Molina, the
Ooh.
wonderful Alfred Molina. That was pretty awesome. And again, I had no idea I was going to work with him. I went in to work on a HBO series called The Life and Times of Tim, and you arrive and you wait in the reception, and then they bring you through to the studio. And Kari Walgren was there. Do you know Kari?
I do. I've been trying to get her for my show for the longest
Yeah,
time.
she's
So hard to
amazing.
reach.
She's awesome. She's amazing, Kari. So Kari was there, and a couple of the creator was there, and a couple of other guys. And then there was this guy sat down who I got introduced to, and I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Jason." He went, "Hello, I'm Fred," and it was Alfred Molina. So we had a day improvising with Alfred Molina
Wow,
and
that's so
Kari
cool.
Walgren. Yeah,
Wow, that sounds so cool.
yeah, yeah.
I was just about to say something like that. Oh yes. Have you, by any rare chance, have you met Corey Burton?
Corey Burton. No, I haven't. I haven't.
He's in a
I'm
lot of
not.
Star Wars media. He's Cad Bane, Count Dooku,
Ah,
Book of Boba
okay.
Fett. Yeah. So I was just wondering,
Yes.
had you?
No, that's my guy from my Star Wars days.
Oh my
Because
gosh, it's like a massive
yeah,
figure.
somebody made this for me, who's a
Oh, it's
brilliant
custom made.
artist. Yeah, yeah, it's a
Nice.
one-off custom Lego figure.
That's
Cool.
so
That's
cool.
Admiral Ozzel. And
Admiral
that was
Ozzel.
this is how sometimes the industry works. I was coming off the back of Hero Factory, and the casting director from Hero Factory heard that they needed an Admiral Ozzel. So she just called me in and said, "Hey, would you like to play Admiral Ozzel?" And I said, "Yeah, great." So I literally phoned up the Star Wars guys and auditioned on the phone right there. They said, we need sort of a distinguished gentleman, Yes, Lord Vader. I've dispatched probe droids all over the galaxy. And they said, that sounds great. Brilliant. Can you come in tomorrow? It's like, yep.
You got that job.
That's how it works. It's still very much like that now,
Yeah, definitely. May I ask? I see the little TikTok, little trophy
Oh,
plaque
yes.
behind you. What's that for? Is that like to celebrate
That was to
followers or
celebrate
something?
half a million followers on
Oh
TikTok.
wow! Oh, so
Yeah.
it's like a YouTube plaque that they do for
Yes.
YouTube.
Yeah, and
Oh,
unfortunately, they don't do them for TikTok, which I kind of think they should.
so wait, they don't do the. So is that custom made?
Yeah, somebody custom made that
Oh,
for
right. I
me.
thought they just TikTok
Yeah,
sent it. Yeah.
no, they don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I think one of the only platforms they don't. But
That's really
still,
nice for someone to make that for you.
yeah, yeah, it's really nice. So that sits in. Yeah, I get some nice things. Somebody's making at the moment I was in the movie Terror Willy as the droid,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a talking BB-8. And somebody's making me with these 3D printing technology. They're making me a model of him. So yeah, that'd be pretty
That's so
cool. But of course, you
cool.
can see behind me, I've got plenty of Lego, and I've got my Hero Factory figures
Oh
here, and
wow.
I've got a Razor Crest down there, as you do,
Wow.
as you do.
Yeah, of course, the essentials.
The essentials. Well, what it was, Amber, was when I started with TikTok, it was fine. I was in this padded cell, but it wasn't very interesting, especially for lives and stuff. So this is a creation specifically for TikTok that I decided to make it a little bit more of an interactive, interesting room. I've even got a lightsaber in here.
Oh, oh my gosh!
Yeah, gotta have the old Skywalker green lightsaber. Yeah, so just had sort of brought lots of props in and stuff to talk about when I'm doing lives, and yeah, just make it interesting. So not that I needed an excuse to go out and buy Lego. Who needs an excuse? But I did.
Yeah, of course. We love Lego, definitely. Yeah, my brother's an avid Lego collector. He builds and stuff.
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go, you were in, I believe. You were the Sorting Hat in one of the episodes.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing. I was actually in a lot of them. What it was, they wanted to do a promotion for the 20th year of Harry Potter.
Oh.
So, and they wanted to combine it with Craig of the Creek, Teen Titans, the Bears show,
We Bear Bears.
We Bear Bears. Yeah. So again, somebody approached me and said, "Can you do a Sorting Hat?" And I was like, yes, interesting.
Channel your inner Leslie Phillips.
Yeah, I know just what to do with you. And so they said, that sounds great. So I did all the promotions and interacted with all those characters from their portfolio. So that was quite good. So they were very popular. Those little stings were very popular. Yeah.
I see.
So
I was
that's how that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's how that sort of came about. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering, I presume you didn't record with the rest of the cast, you just recorded on your own.
Yeah, I actually recorded from here.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Yeah. All those were done here.
Raven
I actually did
Titans.
I did some lines for Call of Duty Mobile from in here.
Oh.
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah, I've met Raven. Tara Strong.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's really lovely.
Yeah, you see, this is why I feel I know sort of Tara, because there's these sort of little crossovers and things.
Yeah.
Of work. Yeah, she's amazing. I've met James Arnold Taylor as well. And we've worked on a couple of things too, again, sort of crossover stuff, but we met outside of work. Super nice guy. Yeah, again, very, very talented, very versatile voice actor. So yeah, as I say, it seems a daunting world, but when you actually are in amongst it, it seems a very small community of voice actors.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can only think of about 8 regular ones from England, like you usually do the shows and stuff. But then America, there's like 200, 300 I can think of. There's just so many more. Yeah, it seems like such a little smaller circle. Yeah.
You come across the same people almost.
Yeah.
When you're working out here. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. The last thing I'd like to talk to you about, Jason, is Piney.
Piney is going to make its UK debut this Christmas.
Wait, it's not debuted in the UK? I swear I've seen it before, like promotional material.
It's been online. It's been out in America for 2 years.
Oh.
Yes, it's been on Disney Channel out here, and then last year, so it premiered out in the US in 2020, Christmas of 2020, and then 2021, last Christmas, it aired in 70 countries around the world. But when you're selling a show, there's an individual contract and discussions and agreements with every single country, and the UK just didn't get it there in time. So this year, it'll be making its premiere in the UK, which is great because I mean it's set in Wales.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's set in Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll Gygereth Quando
Go
go go.
Oh my gosh, I have to find it. I don't know if I've got it here, but I do have it here.
Really?
Look
at that. There you go. Can you say it?
Almost
there. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it's just like a little tongue twister. It's the second longest town name in the world. In fact,
Yeah.
I know that Frank Welker's been trying to pronounce that because he plays golf with a wife and husband. I think who are Welsh, and they've been trying to teach him to say that. So I've got him one of those little key rings as a little present when I meet him in Edinburgh this
Oh,
October.
fantastic. That's
so,
great.
so
Well,
yeah.
we're hoping to do a kind of a launch in Llanfair. Um, so because it's set in Wales, we've got the wonderful Sir Jonathan Price, who plays Grandpa Sid. We've got the amazing Simon Pegg,
Love Simon.
as yeah, oh, he's awesome. We've
Great.
never met. I've never met. The only person I've met is the wonderful Leslie Nichol, from Downton Abbey, Mrs. Patmore. And we're very good friends, and she's wonderful in it. And I never met Parminder Nagran either. I haven't met Parminder
Oh,
either.
wow.
So yeah, it'd be lovely to meet them at some point. I mean, Simon Pegg and I, we do a duet in the show. So
Wow.
it shows you how clever it is that you can sing a duet with somebody, and we both recorded in different time zones, different countries, and different studios.
Yeah, I saw on your TikTok. I was like, surely you must have recorded in England, but like, no, it's like
Yeah. Yeah, I
so
know. You would
cool.
absolutely think there's no way those guys were at a microphone together like the Beatles and just, doing it. But no, we didn't. We did it all separate. So
That's so
yeah,
cool.
but it's a lovely kind of Christmas classic, and I play the wonderful little Piney who's just adorable. And I remember when I auditioned for that, it's one of the few characters where I just use my voice. It's just, oh, I just want to be dressed up in baubles and bows with bright shiny lights from my head to my toes. It's just an excited me. And I remember when I met the creator for the recording, I said, is there anything else you want to add to the? And she said, no, just how you're speaking now. Just that's Piney. And I think it's one of those rare cases where they really didn't quite know what voice they wanted, but when they heard me, they said that's the voice. And it was kind of, because it's a Christmas tree, they didn't really want to specifically give it an age group. So it's kind of like, ooh, is he 20? Is he 30? Well, how old? How old? It doesn't matter. It's a Christmas tree, you know.
If it's
So
older than 50, his leaves will be all fallen off.
yeah, we
But
just,
do pine tree leaves even fall off? I don't know.
they do eventually,
Oh, do
unfortunately.
oh, that's a
Yeah,
shame.
yeah,
Yeah.
got to keep them in water, folks. But yeah, so that'll be coming out this Christmas in the UK, and I may or may not yet, but I'm hoping to get over to do some promotion for it. Yeah, yeah,
Wow, that's
it'd be very very
cool.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It would be really lovely to meet you. Yeah, move over, Dial. This is going to be the good Christmas film this year. Now you're
Ah,
making me want to watch it. Definitely, I want it to be Christmas already. It's just
I
we're half
know.
we're halfway there.
I know. Do you know that the Disney? I didn't know this was a thing, but Disneyland actually celebrate halfway to Christmas.
Oh, do they?
They call it the halfway to the holidays.
Wow. I wonder
Halfway
when
to
they
the
celebrate that
holidays.
because it's the 22nd of June now. Do you
I
reckon
know. That's it. So we're
early
literally.
June, maybe?
Yeah, I
I don't
don't.
know.
They've worked it out, and they it was again on their TikTok on Disneyland Parks, halfway to holidays, and I'm like, great.
Wow,
Yeah.
can't come
So
soon enough. I'm sweating.
well, yeah, I know it does get warm this time of year, but not if you're in Australia.
Yeah, definitely. They haven't. Are they in the southern hemisphere? It's be cold for them at the
Cold,
moment.
yeah. This is their winter now.
Dang!
Yeah,
Wow, I
I
wonder how
know.
that works.
It's not snow winter though. It's still pleasant, but
Yeah,
it's not their
like
summertime.
sunny but like cold.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
let's say if you wake up in the morning and it's really cold first thing, it's like that.
it's
I,
like that.
I think. Yeah,
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 they still surf and have
yeah.
have a life.
I'd have a Barbie.
And have a Barbie. Yeah, they probably still do. Yeah,
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
yeah. So last Christmas then, Piney premiered in New Zealand and Australia as well.
Oh,
So
cool.
and Canada.
Would have been funny for them because it's summer and they're just like, oh,
Yeah, Christmas must just, I guess it's just what you're used to. But yeah, putting up Christmas decorations and thinking of snow and stuff in Australia around Christmas. And then you're like, okay, let's put the sun factor on. It's like, okay, quite go together.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Jason, you've been fabulous. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Oh, pleasure, Amber. Absolute pleasure. Yeah, really good fun.
Yeah, definitely. So, Jason, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on TikTok. That's my main hangout at the
Ah,
Jason Anthony, and also Instagram, same the Jason Anthony.
cool. Wonderful. To you at home, thank you so much for watching this interview. Make sure to go check out Jason on Instagram and TikTok. Definitely TikTok, because that is literally the hotspot right now. Like, everyone is there. Like, so many people. I cannot, like, it just excites me, you know. You just like, oh, you're just getting such a buzz from it and everything like that. So, without further ado, I just got to thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay happy, be kind to yourself, and as always, thank you for watching my channel. Bye! And cut.
We're out.
Woo!
That's a wrap, everyone.